I'm Kerry Fink with Helping Seniors of Brevard. It's time for Helping Seniors Updates. And on behalf of our president and founder, Joe Steckler, and Kim Bernard, and in fact, our entire Helping Seniors team, welcome to this new week. It is Monday. It's August the 10th. And it is just amazing to think that we are already 10 days into the month of August and already into August in the year of 2020. But it is what it is. And so we're so excited to have a really good friend of Helping Seniors. It's Breanna Goins from Enhanced Property Investments. And together, you and Jessica are really helping seniors throughout Brevard County. How are you this morning?
We're doing good. What about you guys?
All is good here. As we were chatting just a bit, for safety precautions and trying to be sure that we do all the things, because everything that we keep hearing on this side and seeing with all Helping Seniors partners is when we do all the CDC recommendations, the right way, the social distancing, the mask, washing the hands, everything that they're avoiding large gatherings, things like that. When we do those things right, we're apparently able to not only keep seniors safe, but keep everyone safe. And so by doing that, that seems to be working. And I
Right.
guess it's probably impacted how you guys are doing things as well.
Yeah, it definitely has impacted our process and how we're doing things, but it hasn't impacted our speed and what we're doing. We're still doing a lot of projects all at once. We're still helping as many homeowners as we can out of their property situation. And specifically as seniors, we're still helping seniors transition into assisted living or whatever the living situation may be that's right for them. We are still moving forward in what we can do to help the senior community as far as their property issues.
And that's one of the things as we talk to like elder law attorneys and people that are connected to the assisted livings, they say, listen, life is going on. We may be under, trying to do all these restrictions and stay safe, but things are still moving and requiring things to happen. And what I remember is so important about what Jessica and you and the whole Enhanced Properties team does is you really help people organize fast transitions. And if there's one thing I remember Jessica saying from some of the TV programs that we've done in the past, and by the way, if you're watching this and you haven't checked out, there are some excellent tips from Jessica in one of the TV shows that we did together about 14 things you need to think about selling your home and how Enhanced Property Investments can help really simplify that whole process, is the best way to say it. But what I wanted to say was really life goes on and you guys are having to help people make transitions. And sometimes it's got to be real fast. And sometimes there's other considerations. And that's what you guys do.
Right. That's exactly what we do. It's all about simplifying your life and what we specialize, which is real estate. And so if you need to close in 2 weeks, we will move mountains to do that for you. If it's kind of like a situation where you're considering it, but you're not really sure. And if it's contingent on, finding another place, that's fine too. We're just here for whatever you need. If it needs to be 6 months out, we can set it out for 6 months out and we'll keep in touch with you and make sure that there's nothing else that you need. We have a pretty large network of resources, especially with helping seniors, and we will find a solution, whatever it may be.
Yeah, so appreciate you guys doing all that. And Kim speaks highly of all the folks that she talks to, that she connects you with, because it really seems like you guys care and you're trying to find kind of a good solution all the way around. And a lot of times it happens in a pretty pressure cooker kind of situation.
Right. Yeah. Every situation is individual and completely different. And as far as the property issues, whether it's the property that is distressed or the situation that's distressed. That's really our goal, is just to simplify people's lives with real estate, because that's what our experience is in. That's what our specialty is in. And so whatever we can do, we're going to do it.
So I know that you mentioned already, as we were talking about this, that you are seeing a lot of people give you guys calls because of just the times that we're in and the things that are going on. And particularly, I guess, it's gotten strange, I guess, if the rental market is changing because, there's all these rules. Sometimes there's foreclosures or evictions and sometimes there's not. So how are you guys reacting to all that? And what advice do you have? Let's take it first from the property owner side, and then we'll come back and talk about from maybe somebody who's on the other side of it. But from the property owner side, how do you talk to them?
It is tough times that we're in right now for everybody involved. Luckily for us, this has given us the opportunity to shine because this is what we do. We help people in tough times. And so, this has really been great for us, not to make light of the situation, but to help people as much as we can when they're in their time of need. And so, as far as property owners, there's different things that are coming up right now as far as, people are losing their jobs, or it's time to downsize. It's a sign for them. I'm ready to retire. My company's laying off anyways. I'm going to retire and we're going to move into a townhome or whatever the case may be. With things going on right now, this is what we do. We come in and we take care of whatever situation you're in, whether you did lose your job and you can't afford your mortgage anymore, or you're trying to avoid a foreclosure, or you are renting and you are going to be evicted, whatever the case may be, or you're a landlord. And we're dealing with a lot of landlords that live up north, and with all the bans and the quarantine, the mandatory 14-day quarantine from northern states and vice versa now, we're dealing with landlords that don't want their property down south anymore. They don't want to own a second absentee property in Florida, and they just would rather get rid of it instead of having to worry about it, because it's kind of hard right now to deal with, the separation and, not always coming down here and, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's a lot of different situations that COVID is coming into people's lives as far as real estate. And that's when we come in.
And what I remember Jessica explaining too, and actually we did a couple of TV shows with you and Jessica, but you explained that really there's no harm in giving you guys a call because you're able to assess the situation. You're able to give advice. There's not really, you're not like a high pressure thing. You just want it to be right for the people. And you said, even we talked about it, I said, well, maybe somebody's thinking like, well, I'll call a realtor, but there's no harm in giving you guys a call so you kind of know where you are, and especially when you understand how you guys can kind of flatten the process and streamline it for folks. There's a lot of value to what you guys do for folks.
Right. So that is the thing about enhanced property investments, is we're just here for whatever you need. Real estate. So there's been a couple times where somebody has called and said, hey, I've received an offer from somebody else. Can I get an offer so I can, compare? And then sometimes, depending on the situation, they may come back 2-3 months later and say, hey, is that offer still available? So there is a lot of situations where we come into that. And as far as like right now and what's going on, there is a lot of buyers that are dropping out. There's a lot of bigger lending companies that, they're just not, there's some unfortunate lending issues that are going on right now. We don't have those contingencies. We're here, we're going to give you an offer. We can close when it's right for you. And we don't have those contingencies. Even right now, we're always very flexible on inspections and what the situation may be, whether it's a roof or whether it's a bigger construction issue in the build that we need to take care of, or whatever it may be. We are flexible on those things. Whereas right now, some companies, some other investors, they're not getting the lending that they need. The buyers aren't buying right now. So it's a very tricky market to play with, but that part doesn't really affect us and how we buy, because we don't have those contingencies.
I remember asking that question. I said, people get these postcards in the mail if they own a property, and says, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm trying to reach you because I'd like to buy your property. And I remember one of the most interesting things, factoid, I guess I would call it, that I really didn't know, is you said a lot of times those people aren't even the buyers. And the buyer, they may be just shopping your property.
Right. Yeah. There is a lot of different other kinds of investors out there. What makes us a little bit different is that we're actually going to buy your house. So when you get those letters and postcards and, phone calls and texts, and they say, we want to give you an offer on your property, we'll buy your house, we turn around and say, we're actually going to buy your house. Sometimes it is a direct, but most times it's not. Most times it's a third party, and they're just going to get you to a different buyer. They're going to just hold it for a different buyer or what have you. That's not what we do. We are directly one-on-one. It's just the two of us. We're going to buy your property. There's no other lenders or banks, and there's nobody else involved. It's just us. And so that's another thing with COVID right now is a lot of people that do need to sell, they don't want to jump through 15 hoops. They don't want to talk to 15 different people. They don't want to have all these people in their homes for, showings and what have you. They don't want to deal with that. It's overwhelming what's going on for some people right now. And that's the thing with EPIs. That's not what we're going to do. If we need to do a Zoom walkthrough of your home, whatever it needs to be, that's what we're going to do, because it's tough times for people right now. And, we're just here to help them whatever way we can.
Well, and not only that, you guys are local. You're not, it's
Right.
not like you're calling a company in Orlando or someplace
Right.
up the road in Jacksonville. You're calling
Yep.
people who call Brevard County home. And I want
Right.
you to speak a little bit just to that part of it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this is our community. This is our community. And so we always say, like, we're not only here to enhance properties, but we're here to enhance our community and the people that live in Brevard County. So, we're at the properties. One of us is almost always at one of the properties that we're working on. We work with local contractors. Even with everything going on, we've been trying to keep all of our contractors employed and keep work going and, keep the flow of the community going. If someone calls us, because it's not always a, hey, can you buy my property? We get a lot of calls from realtors or other professional friends or even sellers and buyers that just have a question. Hey, do you know anyone that does estate sales? We're not going to be buying your property, but we're going to help you. Let's figure it out. And that's where Helping Seniors and EPI come together, because if we don't have the answer, we're going to say, hey, call Kim. I actually had a phone call with a young lady about a month and a half ago, and she had called and was asking something very specific. I don't remember right now, but it was something very specific. And I said, here, call Kim. Kim will absolutely have that answer for you. And so we're going to help you regardless of what it is, because it is about the community and it's about having each other's backs, local businesses, employees, employers, the citizens that work here, the citizens that live here. We're all in this together. And, if all local businesses kind of feel that way, we're all going to succeed and our community is going to succeed because of it.
And I remember this too. I said that really you actually end up because people often will just lump you into the category of a house flipper. And I remember one of the things
Right.
that Jessica corrected me about that early on when we were first talking. She said we really exist to bring up the neighborhood. And
Right.
when she explained that, I said, suppose that you're a senior and you got to make a transition and you love your house, but you just haven't had the time, money, you've been dealing with health issues, so the house has really become, I guess, they, in a polite way, they call it deferred maintenance. And what
Right.
you guys do is you really not only in the process of giving care and attention to the house that the person who's selling it might have wanted to give, just wasn't able to, but in fact you're actually blessing the
Right.
neighborhood because now you're
Right.
improving everything that's going on around it.
Yeah, that's a big thing that a lot of realtors from previous buyers that have come into our properties, and they'll say, wow, I would have had no clue that this was a flip.
Mhm.
That's the thing, is we're not flipping, we're enhancing. And so, there's a lot of times where it could just be a quick, simple fix, but we're going to take that extra mile. We're going to put the nicer backsplash up. We're going to do the real granite countertops. We're going to put those enhancements into the property that not only bring up the property value, but the whole neighborhood and community. And so if we're touching in every single part of Brevard and we're enhancing homes, that's going to bring the value of the whole Brevard County up in general. And so that's a lot of things that buyers are saying too, and sellers. Sellers don't feel like they're just giving their home away and they have no idea what someone's going to do to it. They know that we're going to take tender care and we're going to build that property that they owned for 20 years, especially for seniors, where this could have been a property that they owned for 20, 30 years. Their children were raised in that home. That's an emotional purchase, and that's an emotional thing for them to sell their property. And so they need to know, and we need to let people know that it's going to be in good hands. It's not going to be destroyed. Your memories are going to be there. We're just going to enhance them for the next family.
And not only that, there's a value to the fact that I just remember you guys have so much experiences. I remember Jessica's
Yeah.
husband is an experienced realtor. He's got
Yeah.
all the construction experience. You guys really have touched so many areas that there's
Right.
probably not much you haven't seen.
Yeah, we try to dabble in everything, to get a good base of real estate world. But yeah, we all kind of come together and put our expertise just to help our community. Right now, we're working on a rental property that we did purchase in a lower income area in Cocoa, and so we're going to be enhancing that into a rental unit. for a family that would need it, for elderly seniors or whatever it may be, to try to enhance, because we know that there's issues with rentals right now, and not just for seniors, but for everybody else. There's not a big variety of rentals available.
Yeah, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that the number one call that Kim has reported, especially through COVID, is still, it
Right,
was before, but it still is
right,
affordable housing. And I know Joe Steckler, our president, we were going to have pre-COVID advocacy council meeting there in our facility at the Senior Resource Center of Brevard. In fact, when we were doing radio last week, Joe and I were talking about the fact that we're probably going to end up trying to create some sort of a Zoom call or a way to keep that
right,
moving, because let's face it, that is the number one issue we have in Brevard County, is creating
right,
good housing that people can afford to work with. So I
right.
appreciate what you guys do. If they want to get in touch with you, let's talk about, first of all, you guys have a great website. There's a lot of information there, but let's give the website, let's give the
Okay.
phone numbers, and let's get people in touch with
Yeah.
you, because
Yeah, yeah.
you could
So our
probably.
website is www.enhancedpropertyinvestments.com. We actually just had a recent website upgrade, and so you're going to find new information on there, new ways to contact us. We've specifically broken it down for sellers, and so you have your own seller world on our website, and for buyers and possible investors, because this is also a good time to start investing as well.
Yeah.
And so that's our website, and our phone number is 321-351-3222. And that's the direct line to Jessica, our CEO. If you need to get in contact with me, you can also get in contact with me as well through that phone number. And then our Facebook is also Enhanced Property Investments, and we're all on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn. We are everywhere. So however you need to get in contact with us, you can send us a message on Facebook. I am the one that runs the social media outlets. So if you ever have a question of, hey, are you guys buying in this area? Or, I have a home and I'm doing this DIY project. I do a lot of blogging about DIY projects, and a lot of us are stuck in our houses right now. And so, it's what we can do to enhance our own homes, in our own ways without selling it. And so if there's ever a question about a DIY project, just shoot me a message and I will 100% help you with that. We actually just did a giveaway raffle for Lowe's and Home Depot. We did a $50 gift card for a DIY project. And so a young lady actually won that raffle, and she was doing a DIY project with her husband in their home to, give their own little piece of enhancement. So yeah, we're going to continue to do more things like that, to get people through this tough time.
That's good, and we'll get through it. We'll stay safe as we kind of wind things up. One of the things I wanted to mention is we have a couple of dates that we want everybody to get on their calendar. If
Yep.
you don't have it already, the first is 10/10/2020. So that's October 10th, 2020. That is the new date for the Helping Seniors Car Raffle grand drawing. And if you recall, this is our major fundraiser for the year. Originally, we were going to do the drawing on April 25th, and we got COVIDed out. So Mark Pylock, the owner of the American Muscle Car Museum, Joe Steckler, our president and founder, and AJ Hires of the Boniface Hires Car Dealership Groups, they all put their heads together. They think that we're going to be okay in October 10th to go ahead and do the Helping Seniors Car Raffle grand drawing. And we will absolutely 100%. The car giveaway happens October 10th. But it's also, we're planning the big event there at the American Muscle Car Museum. If you've ever been in there, it's like an aircraft hangar, or maybe 2 or 3 aircraft hangars. So we feel sure that whatever restrictions and precautions about social distancing and all those things, we'll be able to do that in there. But worst case, if there's a governor's restriction or something like that, we'll do the car raffle that day, but then we will rain check the event at the Muscle Car Museum. But you do have to get a ticket to be in it. So you get your tickets at Helping Seniors Car Raffle. One ticket is $25. 5 tickets for a 5-ticket bundle is a $100 donation to Helping Seniors. And each ticket actually is an admit one into the American Muscle Car Museum for the evening of that event. So it's a great way to support the work of Helping Seniors, and it's just great fun. And you might get to choose a new 2020 car from one of those 4 amazing cars that Joe and AJ worked together to figure out what Helping Seniors folks might like. The other date that I want to share is another cool date because it's easy to say. It's 2/21/21. So that's February 21, 2021. And that's the date that we're doing the Helping Seniors Foundation Cruise. So we're sailing in and out of Port Canaveral. It's 7 nights on the beautiful MSC seaside, and luxury, beautiful ship, perfect for multi-generational travel. Come join us, make it a family reunion. Bring the kids, bring the grandkids. Lots of information available about that at helpingseniourstravelclub.com. helpingseniourstravelclub.com. And as Chris Morse, who's the friend of Helping Seniors, who is organizing that part of it, he says, guys, when the cruise ships start sailing, he goes, those will be the cleanest places on earth, because they're not going to take any chances. They're going to make sure that they do nothing to give the industry a black eye. So they're going to make sure they do. It'll be the safe. It's like he made the observation right after 9/11. That was the safest time to fly, because everybody was really on point and being careful. And that's exactly the way it's going to be when we get back to cruising. So a couple of neat dates coming up. So some things that we can look forward to as we go through all this COVID stuff. So Breanna, any final closing thoughts? Do you have a good thought for seniors that we should keep in mind as we go through the week, or anything you want to share?
Yeah, just keep an eye on us on Facebook, on Instagram, our website, and please give us a call if you have any questions, whether it is about selling your property or buying a property, or anything real estate related that you have a question on. You can just give us a call and we'd be more than happy to figure it out for you if we don't have the answer. Follow us on Facebook. We will be doing a giveaway as well pretty soon again for a gift card. A lot of people are doing those projects right now, and we would love to see that. So if anybody's working on any DIY projects right now, post a picture on our website, on our Facebook. We would love to see it.
Oh, that's great. So one last time, the phone number.
The phone number is 321-351-3222. And our Facebook is Enhanced Property Investments.
Great. Well, thank you, Breanna, and say hello to Jessica and her husband for all of us, and their new baby boy, who's probably it's all good.
He's a big boy now.
I would think so, because life keeps moving along. So thank you again, viewer, for joining us for Helping Seniors Updates. We'll be back on Wednesday with more. Hope you have a good week and a safe week. Until then, on behalf of Joe, Kim, and the whole Helping Seniors family, hope you have a great week till then.